Jakobi, here with Hometown Flavors of Kansas City, Chef Roi. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
How you doing? All right.
That's fine.
What we doing today?
Chicken and cinnamon roll waffles.
Man, look, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this one. Look, can we wash our hands so we can get going?
Yes.
Let's go.
Now you good. Getting our hands washed up. First thing we're gonna do is I want to get this chicken seasoned up.
Okay.
Because one of the most important things about chicken to me is the flavor, not only on the outside, but as well as the inside.
Definitely.
So, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go to my trusty seasonings over here. I got some garlic salt.
Garlic salt, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it down.
We're not measuring nothing. We're eyeballing everything.
This eyeball.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't have a recipe book. A lot of people ask me, believe it or not, like, hey,
seriously,
I promise
no
you
recipe. You don't have nothing.
I've not ever, you know what I'm saying? I have. Let me take that back. I worked out at a place in Lenexa, Kansas, where I had the recipe book, and it was actually funny because me and a buddy of mine, he would always tease me like, yo, when you get to these big kitchens, man, they gonna throw a recipe book in front of you and that's gonna be that. So you gotta really be about what you say you are.
Yep.
So me, being the big shot that I think I am, I most definitely ran in the kitchen and said, give me the recipe book, you know what I mean? So I know how to work off of a recipe book, but everything I do, man, is just straight off the top of my head. You know what I mean? It's whatever, to be honest, I think what's unique about food, the fact that I can convey my emotions through my food. And I've realized I cook my food differently by my emotion. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I lost my father. I probably cooked like Gordon Ramsay at the time. Mm-hmm. So I realized it's very therapeutic for me. You know what I mean? So moving along. Sorry, I'm
okay, no, you good. Okay, so your mindset when you cooking, when you're in the kitchen, you know, what's your mindset? What you like going on? Like, talk about that.
Kill them. Every time.
No matter what it is.
Whenever I walk in, I don't care if we making pizza rolls. But I mean, that's really how I feel with every meal. It's like Leroi, go in there and kill them. Give them everything you got. I don't care if it's frying French fries or making a burger. Give it y'all. So, tapping back into the seasonings, right now I have a Montreal chicken seasoning. What is garden vegetable? I'm sorry. Montreal chicken. Let me give me a dash of that up in there. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, the most important thing about chicken to me is, like I started off saying, incorporate you some flavor on the inside and the outside of that chicken. Why? Because when I bite into my chicken, the worst thing I can think of is for me to bite in, you got a nice crust and then your meat tastes like nothing.
So let me ask you this one thing. What do you think is the one step some may be missing when it comes to getting that flavor on the inside with chicken?
Most definitely, you got to season inside and out. Okay. You got to, and another thing about
thoroughly seasoned.
Yes, you have to. With food, man, one thing I learned is you cannot be. Don't be timid. Don't be scared. Go ahead and season it.
Season it.
I believe in raw flavor. When I'm cooking something, only thing on my mind is I want to see your face when you bite into it. You know what I mean? Because you can't lie with food. If you don't like something, you're gonna cringe. If you love it, you're gonna say,
that's your first reaction. That's your initial reaction.
And that's why when I feed somebody gets you hot off the stove, but I want to see your face. Let me see your facial expression. Did I get through to you? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's my biggest.
That emotion.
Exactly. That's my biggest deal when it comes to food. So with you tasting this chicken and this waffle, cinnamon roll waffle that is.
Cinnamon roll.
I want you to understand that.
Homemade waffle. Homemade waffle, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I can't.
Family recipe?
Yeah, man, I can't.
Okay.
To be honest, this is something about me though. I taught myself what I know, fortunately. I didn't have my mother or father in the home. I'm a foster child. So I had to learn, like, hey, go out there. You gotta cook for you and your siblings.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to eat nothing nasty, so don't feed nobody else nothing that you would eat. So I told myself, like, when I go in here, I'm gonna just learn how to be the best cook. Right. And then as I got older, yes, I had a bunch of different trades. And I did consumer sales. I bounced around everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I dropped here and I said, well, you should have never got away from food. But it's good that I went through the journey that I had to find my passion again, because now I'm here and I feel like I'm a unique person with this food. So I take it and I cherish it. I hone it as much as I can. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That period that you went through, that's important. You had to step away from it a little bit.
Most
definitely. Fell in love with it again, and now you're back with it.
Yes. It let me know this is where I needed to be.
Oh man.
Without any discrepancy. You can smell it. Can you smell it? You know what I mean? You gotta smell it. You feel
crazy.
me?
Ain't nothing even cooking yet.
Yes. So imagine what it's gonna smell like when the grease, you know what I'm saying, jump off in there. Okay, so that's that. What I'm gonna do is, one thing about my chicken, I definitely add egg and I add buttermilk. I'm sorry, where's my buttermilk? I can grab it there. I did grab it, didn't I? Yes, I did. So, throw you some buttermilk in there.
We don't measure over here.
Oh, we don't measure.
Hometown flavor.
Yes. We don't measure nothing. This is all off the top of the dome. And now, let me see. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get my hands washed and I'm gonna work that around. Now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this, prep this. And then, we're gonna go ahead and get this seasoned off, fried off. And then while I'm frying this, I'll be making the batter for this. Get to the waffles. By the time waffles is done, chicken should be ready to come up.
All right, so we got the we got the chicken all seasoned up. Okay, what's the next step? What are we about to do now?
The next step is the second most important step. Why I say second most important step? Because it's what's on the inside is what's important, right? It's what's on the inside is what counts. But fortunate for us, we get to give a little flavor on the inside and the outside.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'm gonna start my batter off with, this is all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add some garlic salt to it. That way I get raw flavor. This is a one-take Drake. I call it one take. This is why I say one-take Drake.
One take.
If I can season my flour up and don't do a test piece and I feed it to you and it's fire, that's a one-take Drake. Because I didn't have to go in there and taste it, and this is blindfold. It's a blind seasoning. So what I'm doing is I do this a lot with myself to kind of challenge myself, because you don't always get that time. Cooking it's all about punctuality. So if you can't be on time with something, you can't do anything. So what I do to myself at home is I'll season my batter up and I won't do a tester piece, and then I'll eat it and say, okay, cool. Now I'm learning my ratio to season, my ratio from flour to seasoning. Because it's a fine line between, oh, this is flavorful and this is a little too salty. So what I'm doing now is lightly going over my flour with a few different seasonings. And why? Because like I said, we just season the chicken, so we don't need to go too hard, right?
Right. Okay.
So we come through, we hit it with a little Italian seasoning, a little garlic salt. Of course, you need a little paprika for what? You need paprika for color. You see people put paprika on their food. Regular paprika has no taste, has no flavor. It just for color. That's
interesting.
It. Smoked paprika, which is also another bad mama jamma. I cook that with chicken as well, but it has to be on. It's all based on like the meal. You can't season everything with the same season. So
switch it up.
This is not a smoked paprika situation right here. So we're gonna keep what we used to doing, which will be garlic salt, garlic pepper seasoning. Got me a little smoked paprika in there, a little Italian seasoning.
See, these are seasonings that's tangible to the everyday household.
Exactly.
Okay.
Nothing about these seasonings that I'm putting in here, they don't sell them at a special store. They sell them at your store. Whatever your store is, wherever you at, they have them there.
Your attention to detail is insane. It's crazy.
I appreciate it, man.
You're from Kansas City? Tell us a little bit about where you from, man.
I am most definitely from Kansas City, born and raised. I've been here for 29 years of my life. I just had a birthday in November.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you, man. I've been here my whole life. I've definitely been outside of the state before. And like I said, I love it. I like it a lot, but it's no place like home. You know what I mean? And being from my city, I get a lot. I have friends from all over. And one of the biggest things that I've retained from my friends is Kansas City is the most frugal state there is, because you can, everything here, like I said, everything is 15 minutes away. Whatever you buy, something's not too crazy expensive down here. We right in the middle. So we might not have the beaches and the all that other stuff, but we definitely have the opportunity, and we have the fortunate, we are fortunate enough to be able to grasp and get everything that a lot of people can, as far as stuff down here. Like, it's like when it comes to transportation, your habitat, that stuff down here is very resourceful for us, and it's very,
it really is.
It's very affordable. So it lets me do things like this. Versus if I was living on the East Coast and my rent was like $1,500-$1,800 for 1 bedroom, I might not be able to go buy lobster, steak, and shrimp every day just to blow the money and show y'all like, hey, I can cook.
Right.
I can do that in Kansas City because it's not that expensive down here. Now we have the flour seasoned up. Like I say, you have smoked paprika. Paprika. Italian season. I'm gonna throw me a little rosemary in here. Just for texture. A little rosemary in there. And something else I do. I'm sorry. Let me flip this from. I add fresh parsley.
Fresh.
Yes, fresh parsley.
All right. So I got a question.
Talk to me.
At what point did you realize you need to be in the kitchen?
I actually cooked something one day, and a lot of my friends on Facebook, man, they drugged me for it. It was like, ah, man, that looked nasty. I wouldn't feed that to my dog. It was a
wow.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, I'm such a jokester. My friends got on there and got to trolling me, and it really bothered me. It got to me, and I'm one of those people where I'm so like spiritual and so conscious, and most importantly, I'm so competitive. That I took their comments and everything that they had, the criticism that they had for me, and I found myself here. How did I find myself here? Because I told myself every day from that point on that everything I cook, I will pay attention to every detail. I understand that people eat with their eyes, and y'all never be able to say it again. And now I'm here. So
that's crazy. Yeah. And then it makes sense because your attention to detail as far as what we've covered so far is it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Appreciate it, man.
Kansas City, KC, this is home, right?
Yes, sir. This is home, baby. Home of the who? The Kansas City Chiefs?
Kansas City
Chiefs. Yes.
Man, listen, with all of that being said, you know, for things that you may have in the works, different avenues you want to get into now that may be new for you with the hometown winning, how's that all feeling and everything? How's that make you feel right now as a chef? To be completely honest, man,
I had a mind frame coming into this culinary world 2 years ago, and it's still the same. It's just, hey, the Chiefs won, so I have my odds of making it where I'm trying to go they're a lot more, you know what I'm saying, slimmer than what they used to be. So I look at it now, like I said, it's an opportunity. And it's an opportunity for me to showcase my work, KC hometown flavor, that's what we hear. And we wanted, like I said, bring that attention that the Chiefs brought us and really utilize it. You know what I'm saying? Put it to good use. You don't want to, we got a bunch of murders. No, we have people that can actually cook down here. We have photographers. We have entertainers.
Actually cook.
Exactly.
They care about the attention to detail.
Most definitely.
All right, so looks like we got this batter that's packed with flavor. What step are we at that battering step now?
Yes, we are at the battering stage where I will take the chicken from its mixture. What I'm gonna do is, I think it'll be smarter for me to hit it with a little more buttermilk.
Just a little bit.
Why? Because that buttermilk, it gives that flour, it coats it to the chicken so perfectly. You know, it gives it a crunch.
That good crunch.
Exactly.
That crisp.
Exactly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work this around, right? Work it around. And it's always good to take your thighs, keep the skin on them. You wanna peel that skin, whatever excess skin you got, peel it and tuck it. Why? Because that's the most important piece to a thigh. Get that. You seasoning. Always, this is how I do mine. Cover it, move it around, flip it. You don't want to do too much pinching and, because you damage the look of the chicken. Like I said, attention to detail is everything.
Right. That's ready to go.
Oh man, that looks like Atlanta, Georgia, don't it?
That's ready to go.
Man, I can't lie to you, brother. Some of the most flavorful. Like I said, cover, shake, cover again, flip, boom, boom. Make sure that skin is completely pulled over the chicken.
Frying chicken. Is that easy for you to master, to get down?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I started with frying chicken.
That's where you started?
Yes, I started with frying chicken. And I started with frying chicken because I grew up without, I had my mother and father there. They were definitely there. But I had I was raised by my uncle. And like I said, he's an uncle means man, right? So it wasn't a woman in the house.
Right.
And if you wanted to eat in our residence, you had to learn how to cook. So I was 12 years old, right? Coming home from school, 6th grade, 7th grade. Fried pork chops, spaghetti, green beans. I fed my family.
You the house cook.
My family hit. But I fed all my friends. When we got out of school, they would ask me on the ride, I'm like, what you gonna go home and cook? I'm in the 6th grade, bro.
6th grade, yes. Cooking, feeding everybody.
I cannot make this up. So that is something that I definitely, it took for me to understand that I had been doing this that long for me to take up this profession. Knowing that, hey, you've been doing this for years, you got this. Go ahead, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Because my biggest thing was, is my food as good as everybody say it is? Or is it even good as I think it is? You know what I mean? And now we here. So don't ever sell yourself short as far as, oh, you can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody like my food. Just go for it. You know what I mean? You got to have that confidence in yourself before anybody else can. So here we are. As y'all can see these, they look like breasts, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice coat, man. Okay. The attention to detail is crazy.
Yes.
That's everything.
All of that matters. I got the grease over on the stove heating up. It is very important that you get that grease to about 375. You want your chicken and fish needs to be cooked at a high temp. You know what I mean? Because you have to penetrate that meat. It's bone. You know what I mean? You have to penetrate. Or if it's boneless, just chicken takes 15 to 20 minutes to thoroughly cook through. So you want to make sure you have the right temperature on your chicken to make sure you get the outcome you're looking for.
Okay. From this dish, what type of flavors can we expect?
You know what? I feel like with this, I went a little, this is Midwest right here. I'm going to get this Midwest. It has the ingenuity of the West Coast. I'm sorry, my hands washed up. It has the ingenuity of the West Coast. But I feel like it's a Midwest meal. It's good fried chicken in Kansas City, St. Louis.
You need to make this a staple for the city then.
Exactly. So, get my hands washed up. Give me a second, I'm sorry. First of habit, whenever I drop that chicken, I have to wash my hands. Yeah, so now we're gonna take this chicken, we're gonna politely drop it in this grease.
Politely.
Now, moving along, we have the waffle mixture. And the waffle mixture consists of, like I said, what kind of waffles now? These are cinnamon roll waffles.
Cinnamon roll waffle.
You can't have a cinnamon roll waffle without no cinnamon. So we have cinnamon sugar, brown cinnamon, sticks with cinnamon, brown sugar. Take all of these, incorporate them into here. I'm sorry, with confectioner sugar as well. This is something, and that's a secret that I must like you, because I told you my secret. I do not let anyone know I dress my waffles up. When I say I dress them up, I'll make the mixture with the flour and all that good stuff, and then I'll go through and taste. And it's the sweetness. The sweetness of the waffle is the most important thing to a waffle.
Sweetness in the waffle outside of the cinnamon roll, that's crazy.
Yes. So what I'm gonna do now, let's get right to it. I'm gonna take my confectioner sugar. I'm gonna drop me some in here. You know, you thinking like, that's hefty, that's a big amount.
Nah,
that ain't enough. Okay, so get my confectioner sugar in there. What I'm gonna do is take my brown sugar. Give me a little bit of that dropped in there. Okay, not too much. That's good.
Who are some of the chefs that you look up to that motivate you?
That's actually very interesting, because it's not many, because of the standard that I hold myself to. So one chef in particular that I really look after is Gordon Ramsay. I do a lot of Gordon Ramsay's work. I imitate a lot of his work. If I see myself doing anything in the cooking field, or if I can compare my level of seriousness to the next person, it will be Gordon Ramsay. Like I take cooking that serious. So, without any further ado, get this mixed around, and it can be a little messy, so be cautious. But again, we have ground cinnamon, I have brown sugar in here, and I have confectioner sugar. Why am I doing it this way? Because I don't want to overload the bowl. You gradually mix them all in, okay? I'm doing now. They're still making a mess. Just get these worked around.
You're actually not doing a bad job. And as much that powdered sugar has been everywhere.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I got an idea for you. I'm gonna let you do it.
Oh, see, look. Okay.
Okay. Well, show me how good you can do it. And while you doing that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get us started on our icing. Cause most importantly, a cinnamon roll is not what without the who?
The icing is everything.
I can't eat a cinnamon roll with no icing, man. So what we're gonna do now, instead of syrup, we're gonna sub and use icing. So take that there. Icing. You can multitask. I like the way you're doing that because you're doing a better job than I would, so I put the job on you.
Oh, okay, look.
Okay. So what I'm doing now, icing is as simple as 1, 2. And I mean 1, 2. Actually, let me stop. I'll say 1, 2, 3. Confectioner sugar, heavy cream, and a whisk. I don't have a whisk, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find me I can get me something as simple as this fork. Just to incorporate everything. It ain't nothing too complex. You just get in there with your cream and you make sure you have a nice consistency. So with that being said.
So let me ask you this. A dish like this, would this be something that just come to you and just a everyday meal at the house?
Oh yeah. Man, look, chicken and waffles. Let me tell you right now, I have 4 beautiful kids. Right? And when I tell you my kids have appetites like Beyonce and Rihanna and Jay-Z and you know what I mean, that's just, I have to keep, I can't cook this beautiful stuff and then not let my kids see it, right?
That's facts.
As you can see again, I don't have no measuring cup. Less is more, so you always want to add. It's better to add instead of take away. So I go in safe as far as with the liquid, and if you watch closely, you'll see icing before your very eyes. If you can I get that whisk rinsed off? Let me get that in here, that way I can make sure I have no lumps. We'll come back to it. Okay. While he's doing that, while you're doing that, I'm sorry. Get this icing worked around. Get a dash more of cream, because perfection is key. See that? The icing on there.
All right, so we have the cinnamon roll waffle batter made up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got the icing, all homemade.
Say homemade.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
From KC, 29 years. How can we get a hold of you? What's your social media handle?
I am on almost all socials. Snapchat, Roi Be Cooking. Instagram, Roi Be Cooking. Roi_BE_cooking. Okay. Facebook, Leroi Pouncil. Now, I go live a lot. So if you want to see what you have, if you want to build up any anticipation about Hometown Flavors on April the 17th, just tune in and watch me work. Because everything that y'all gonna get at Hometown Flavors is gonna be on Facebook Live, and you watching it here now. So, without any further ado, I'm gonna actually start this process, get these waffles started, take my batter. You wanna get into something you can hold on to, something that's gonna be nice and sturdy, it's gonna have a nice spout to it. Less mess is best. Now, this is something else I'm also not measuring. It's not the best to not measure this. Why? Because this is something that it will overflow, but I'm pretty confident with the amount I have in here. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna flip that. Something that's unique about this waffle maker is I can make 2 of them. So I'm gonna take my spray. I'm gonna go back in. The one I got on the bottom. just get ready because it's gonna come out like it was looking for you.
Like it's looking for me.
Like it was looking for you.
So it don't take a lot of time on waffle?
I don't take a lot of time. So, this is what I wanted to say earlier. I love this experience, being able to reach out to my community. You know what I mean? And the guy running it, I think it was the most brilliant idea. Why? Because we don't have a lot of people to say, I don't want them to see me shine. I want them to see how good you can shine. You're going to see a bunch of stuff you probably never think of having. Fruit, I'm gonna infuse a lot of fruit, or I'm going to add a lot of fruit to waffles. I'll be doing like different types of steaks. I will be doing just a lot of stuff, like different like finger foods. I got appetizers that we're going to bring. We're going to really bring the noise.
Okay, so talk about the process now. Where are we at now?
We are at the best part of the show. This is the victory lap.
So I get to eat.
Shout out Nipsey, yes. So this is where we get to plate. Of course, here you see my amazing. I know now listen to me. This might not look like nothing to you right now, but just let me work. In a second.
Okay, so earlier you had mentioned your mom and your father.
Oh yes. May the Lord rest their soul. But I lost my mom and dad at a fairly young age as an adult. I lost both of them around the time I turned 27. Both of them were deceased. But I use that raw emotion and that energy when I'm cooking. Okay. See, I can tell you right now, since we've been standing here, I probably done thought about them like 3-4 times. Because whenever I'm cooking, it's just like I converse with them. While I'm talking to you, I'll be talking to them too. Like, look at what I just did. And it's weird for me, but it's maybe to you, but to me, it's like I still have them standing right here. And they didn't raise me. But I had my parents there. It was weird because I'm a foster kid. But I definitely had them in my life. So I really use this energy for them because I know for a fact I never want to see my mom and dad see me down. Or I know I would never want them to see me fail. So whenever I'm working, it's always like, look, mom and daddy, I'm killing today. I'm dogging today. Or my grandma. So we're doing now, we're just getting that broke off. If I can give me a knife.
So all the detail we have went over in this dish, this would still be, let's say, a normal menu item?
Oh yeah, this is the norm. This is something you can get anytime, to be honest, man. Like I said, I gave you the social sites or whatever. Just reach out and hit me up, let me know, like, hey, I want to see what you made on. This is something that I'll do like off the fly. You know what I mean? Like red velvet waffles, I'll wake up, or I'll just had a long day, and when I want to cook, that's what I'm gonna do.
And it may be an opportunity to catch that
most definitely
segment live on Facebook, right?
Most definitely. Leroi Pouncil on Facebook. Okay.
Presentation looks amazing already.
I appreciate it, man. You ain't seen nothing yet. Come on now.
So here it is, the final product.
Yes.
What's next for Chef Roi?
Next, like I said, just getting ready for hometown flavors. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be major.
Yes, it's gonna be a big deal. Like I explained to my man's, like, hey, when we get this up and going, I think it's gonna be the biggest thing because people they have an opportunity to come in and view the different styles of food.
Right.
So for me, I carry that with me, just saying like I'm very, very, very competitive, not to others but to myself. So I want to compete with my last job. So the only thing I can think about is hometown flavors. How am I gonna give these people something they've never seen before? That's the only thing on my schedule. So with that being said, I definitely want to do the last finishing touches to this. I have my parsley here, okay? Just give me a quick little drop. Give me a quick little drop. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. This is my cinnamon sugar. We said cinnamon rolls, right?
Cinnamon rolls, waffles.
Yeah, no. So, a little bit of that. Come back over the top of that.
So if you don't mind, I'm gonna grab me a taste.
See what they talking about.
Let's see. See what you got going on. speechless. That's crazy.
You like that? Is that okay?
Cinnamon roll waffle.
Oh man, listen.
That's
the
crazy.
Icing, the cinnamon, down to the sugar. So again, there you have it. That's it in a nutshell.
April 19th, Kansas City. Chef Roi will be in the building.
Yes.
Hometown flavors of Kansas City, bridging the gap between the consumer and the culinary arts.